Webster County Board of Supervisors. We're going to call this meeting to order. Please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item number 3 is to approve today's agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 3.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments on today's agenda? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved. Item number 4 is to approve the September 24th and 26th meeting minutes.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item 4 carries. Item 5 is drainage claims. We have one. Drainage District number 48, Lost Grove. We have Beaver Dam, turned in by Dan Rasmussen.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 5 carries. Item number 6 is to accept and authorize the hiring of Adam Murley, Corrections Officer, effective October 3rd, 2019, at an hourly rate of $16.32 per the recommendation of Steve Ellifritz, Jail Administrator.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 6.
Second.
Motion and a second on item number 6. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 6 carries. Item 7 is to accept and place on file the resignation of Ashley Keffer, Corrections Officer, effective September 24th, 2019, per the recommendation of Steve Ellifritz, Jail Administrator.
Mr. Chairman, I motion to move item 7. Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item 8 is to approve and authorize Steve Ellifritz, Jail Administrator, to fill the vacancy in the jail administration due to the resignation of Ashley Keffer.
I'll make a motion to move item number 8.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 8 carries. Item number 9 is a public hearing on the proposal to enter into a general obligation emergency communications equipment loan agreement. We're going to open the public hearing at 10:02. Do we have any written questions or comments? Questions or comments from the floor? From the table?
Somebody want to explain what this is for, I guess.
Questions?
You want to explain what it's for?
This is the agreement for the radio. We're going to be purchasing radios for all the fire departments and police and the sheriff here in Webster County. And then some of that will be paid back by the individual departments, and the majority of it's going to be a county general obligation bond.
We'll close the public hearing at 10:03. Item number 10, resolution number 2019-32. Resolution taking additional action on proposal to enter into a general obligation emergency communications equipment loan agreement.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 10.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments on item number 10? Roll call.
Ganclaw, aye.
Carlson, aye.
Campbell, aye.
Vote aye.
Item 10 passes. Item 11 is to receive and place on file and allow the chairperson to sign the law enforcement contract between the Webster County Sheriff and the City of Duncombe.
Mr. Chairman, I motion to move item 11. Second.
Motion and a second. Sheriff?
Well, this is a follow-up to the one you approved last week for OVO. This one will encompass Duncombe, and the income off this one will be about $8,200 per year, $4,100 semi-annual. So that payment, and the contract's the same except for the wish to dispose of their old vehicle, which is an old 2003 Crown Victoria. So we'll find a home for that, but obviously not a big financial boom for us to have that vehicle, but it will be utilized, so.
Is that something we can use since 2 of ours are totaled?
Well, no, it wouldn't be one that we put on the road. It's seen it's lived its usefulness for the most part. So that'll be, that agreement will take effect now, obviously by the date on there. Just need some signatures, and that'll move the contract law enforcement up in the Webster County to nine incorporated areas, with 2 that have their own police department at this point in time. Again, will not do city ordinances for them for the most part. It's not a saying that we will not do them, it's just for the most part we won't do it. It's a case by case basis. Questions?
I've seen that if you park those in a certain area that's speeding as a decoy, people will slow down, even though nobody's in there.
Yep, they tend to.
When I pull into Clare and you have the sheriff's deputy's car sitting on the outskirts of Clare, I automatically slow down, even though I know it's just sitting there.
And that might be,
Well, no, I'm not speeding.
Yeah, maybe you should speed again.
that might be a potential use for that.
Yeah, I mean,
as far as putting it
people
on the
do
road.
slow down when they see that, they really do.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments on item number 11? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 11 carries. Item 12, Schneider and Associates to review the deleterious materials recovery contracts. And Paul was here this morning and dropped off that information, asked if you had any questions. Schneider and Associates has made a recommendation, and after reviewing both Terracon and Impact 7G proposals, Schneider is recommending that we approve the Impact 7G Incorporated. If we have any questions or comments, we ask that they contact them.
This is for the asbestos.
This is for, yes, yep, this is for the roof and clock tower projects. Both companies will be doing sampling, and they will also do lead-based paint and asbestos, correct? All right, moving on to item number 13. Screen caught up. Approved professional services agreement for deleterious, is that correct?
Deleterious.
Deleterious materials recovery for the Webster County Courthouse, clock tower, and roof restoration with a recommendation from Schneider and Associates for Impact 7G Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 13 carries. Item 14 is to receive and place on file the annual manure management plans for Great Porter Farm at 2105 Taylor Avenue, Fort Dodge. John Field at 1821 270th Street, Fort Dodge. Bar site at 2705 Stagecoach Road, Webster City. Big Bear site at 330 Big Bear Road, Stratford. Bill's Family Farm at 2850 380th Street, Dayton.
Chairman, I'll move item 14.
Second.
Motion and a second on item number 14. Questions or comments?
Yeah, item A has made no changes. Item B, C, and D changed their crop rotation and did their 4-year update. And item E changed its winter analysis plan.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. It is now the citizens' opportunity to address this board with items not on the agenda.
Chairman of the Planning and Zoning Board. With Chad Barr's departure, I wanted an opportunity to ask the board about going forward. Has there been a search committee put together? Have you started the process like we did with Chad? And where are you at with things? Because I want to be able to respond to my board members and people in the public who occasionally I run across when I know.
So we have met with HR, and Mr. Vaughn is going to put together a list of the last applicants. We're going to look at them again to see if any are still interested. We will put together a subcommittee, just like we did last time. We are also having a conversation with the city of Fort Dodge. They are looking for a planner, so we're looking at the possibilities of a shared position. Would that work with the city and the county? And we're also looking at the possibility of separating out the enforcement side of it versus the planning side of it. So there's a lot of ideas in the air right now, and we will get the position filled. It's just still in probably a planning on our side position at this time.
Okay, so it would be erroneous to even try to put a timeline on this then.
Probably at this point, yes.
Yeah. So then going forward, I'm going in the assumption that we will, depending on what comes across Rita's desk, that we will probably hold our monthly meetings and not necessarily stumble through things, but we will take things as they come and do our diligence in that area. Do you have an idea of where the source of expertise will come from for the in-between?
So you have a meeting coming up on the 8th. We
Yes, I
have
do.
already reached out to Snyder and Associates. They're going to send a planner up from their office.
Okay.
I believe Mr. Barr has sent over his information to them already for that meeting. They will present that information with a recommendation on the items on the agenda. And I guess we will continue that process until we have somebody hired.
Okay.
So you don't have to stumble through.
Well, maybe it's a poor choice of words.
That's okay.
But the point is that, yeah,
No.
we would like to know exactly how we're going to proceed with this.
Our goal is to make this as efficient as possible. I think Snyder will send a planner up and do a fantastic job. They have with everything else they've done for us. And we hope to provide you the tools and everything you need to do your commission's job.
Okay, good. Chad Barr has done an excellent job the time he's been here. And it is sad that he's chose to leave. What he has done as far as digging back into the previous years that hadn't been categorized or logged in or whatever, those things have really, he's done a great effort on that and moving things forward as far as the zoning board goes. And we do have now on our board, I think, probably the best choice of members we've ever had, excluding myself. But the point I'm getting at is that he did a good job, and it was we really enjoyed the meetings, and so it's I wish him well on his next endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
Can I just follow up?
Absolutely.
Just a little bit of what John had said. Thank you, sir. Margot Knibbel, Planning and Zoning. I also wanted to come today because when Chad had turned in his resignation, I was unaware, and none of us were able to come to that meeting. So I wanted to come today and publicly thank Chad for all of the work that he's done for us. Like John had said, finding and updating text amendments was a Herculean task because they had not been updated in roughly 9 years, 10 years. So he went back through all of your minutes, he went back through our minutes, and was able to find all of those items. And I'm just shocked that he was able to get that all updated in the short amount of time that he did. Updating the map with the assistance of the GIS department was huge. We've been meeting for that for a long time. Chad has done more code enforcement and dilapidated buildings than I think we've ever had in the county, which I'm hoping going forward we can also find somebody that will continue the work that Chad's done. Occasionally there are difficult situations within planning and zoning, and I think Chad has handled himself very professionally with the public, with you, with our board, and we appreciate that. And I think he's responsible for bringing our planning and zoning board for the county forward from where we were. And we thank you and wish you success in your new position. And I just want to let you guys know that there has been some interest from a few of our board members. If you are going to do a search committee, a couple of them would like to, try to be involved. And if you're going to have discussions on city-county sharing, they'd like to be involved with that. So,
Sounds great. Thank you.
thank you.
Are you happy with our plan right now? Has Chad got it updated like it needs to be, or do we need to do something with that, or?
The plan is, I believe the plan is updated. I mean, things were not getting updated. Text wasn't getting changed. The map wasn't getting changed. So he literally went through, found all those changes. And in my packet for the upcoming week, Chad has put new changes, parts for planning and zoning board members to actually put in their book to replace old ones. Yeah, I feel that we're up to date on that aspect of it. Going forward with Confluence, we'll be able to make some of the changes that we feel and that residents within Webster County feel need to be made in our comprehensive plan. So, thank you.
Anyone else? Board of Supervisor committee reports?
Nothing today?
The annual Red Line Run will be this Sunday, benefits the Trinity Foundation in memory of Kelvin Brown, Community Park, 1 o'clock.
Nothing this week.
I want to thank Chad for everything. Wish you the best, sir. Very excited for you. Last week we had the mental health regional meeting. They are moving forward with the one employer of record. The commission voted to make all the county employees their employee. It is at a cost of about $250,000 a year. That was a split vote and a very interesting conversation because that is money coming from services. So there are some very concerned members about that. And some employees do not want to switch over, so we're going to have that conversation of how some employees will stay county, some will be going to the region. Our next meeting for mental health is October 16th in Floyd County, and they are asking some of the legislators to come to that meeting to discuss funding going forward. So if anybody wants to come to that, it's October 16th in Floyd County. Thank everybody that came out for the public health drive-through Sunday, the immunization drive-through. I think they did just under 200 people, so that's all I got. Motion to allow claims.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.